So I had a friend from the wellness space reach out to me recently about my videos on racism. And he was suggesting that I'm being divisive and that I'm painting black people as victims of racism and that I'm abandoning my previous message that we're all one. And he suggested that I should be promoting unity and not separation. And I just wanted to address this publicly in case anybody else who's been speaking out against racism is being accused of being divisive. Okay, first of all, I'm not a spokesman for the black community. I'm a spokesman for Light Watkins, and I just want to be clear about that. Next, the way I see it is that speaking out against racism is the way to bring us together and to promote unity. Because I do believe that we're all one and that nobody should be treated as less than simply because of the color of their skin. Because right now, the undercurrent of racism that's baked into our society, that's what's been tearing people apart. And it's been tearing us apart for a very long time. My friend said that, Light, you're not a victim of racism because you've been successful in your career. Just because I've written a couple of books doesn't mean that I haven't experienced racism. Remember, I was stopped by a cop while on my way to an interview about my meditation book because some white person thought I looked suspicious. That's what racism looks like. That was just a couple of years ago. And this is why a lot of people don't fully understand that racism isn't like some, rare bird that you may spot in Central Park. Racism is like the air. It's so prevalent that you don't even see it. It's baked into the legal system, the educational system, the financial system. It's in sports. It's everywhere, right? It's like hunger. Did you know that we have a hunger problem? That more people die of hunger every year than anything else in the world. Hunger, literally starving to death. And it's not because we don't have enough food. It's because the food supply systems don't work for everyone. So admitting that we have a hunger problem is not suggesting that the people who are starving are victims. And saying that we're all one is true, but it's not going to fix their hunger. The only thing that's going to fix it is A, calling it out, B, coming up with solutions to repair a very fixable problem. Ignoring it and saying silly things like, oh, I'm hunger blind, that would be the real travesty. So yeah, while there's a lot of chaos and turmoil surrounding this conversation about racism, if the conversation wasn't happening, most of us would still be going about our lives business as usual. While 40 million people would still be disenfranchised by a series of systems that were originally built to keep them disenfranchised. So now we're talking about it, which is awesome. And we need to keep talking about it. And we need to keep voting and doing whatever we can to make sure that the systems are modified to include everyone, because we are all one. And granted, we're far from the solution, but at least now we're bringing everybody into the conversation. And I think that's what progress looks like. That's the fastest way to meaningful change. I hope you find this helpful. Please comment, please share, and I'll see you tomorrow.